Now we discuss about the detectors. So what is the detector? The detector is it is a device. Detector is a device. Detector is a device which converts the light energy to it converts the light energy it converts to electrical energy. Light energy it converts to electrical energy. So what is the detector is a one of the device. It is a, what is the importance of the detector? Light energy it converts to electrical energy or electrical signals, and the electrical signals is the readout read out the electrical signals, and they are the electrical signals. So the light energy after passing into the sample cell, after passing the light energy after passing of the sample cell, how much is observed the sample cell, how much of observe the sample cell, then remaining is eliminated or emitted from the sample cell. The emitted energy is detected by the detectors. So once this the light is entering into the sample cell, in the sample cell it contains the some amount of the sample. The sample is the observe the some amount of the light, some amount of the light. For example, the light energy, for example, light energy is 100. So in 100 the sample cell is catch the or observe the 30, observe the 30 energy, observe the 30 energy, and remaining 70 energy is the emitted energy. That emitted energy is read out by the detectors. So the 70 is nothing like that electrical signals or electrical energy. Before the sample cell is the light energy, after sample is the electrical energy. The electrical energy is read out by the detectors. That is the importance of the detectors. So in the detectors, it is a device. What is the detectors? It is a device. The light energy is converts to the electrical energy. That electrical energy is read from the after passing of the light energy into the sample cell, and remaining energy is detected by the detector. How much of the cell, how much of the how much of the sample cell is the before the light cell is the transmitted light, and then one is the emitted radiation. The how much of the transmitted light entering into the sample cell, how much of the how much of the eliminated from the sample cell, that's one is detected by the detectors only. So depends upon the readout device identify the transmitted radiation and emission radiation in the particular cell. Depends upon the cell, and it gives a particular number. That is the importance of the detectors. So in the detector system, detect the radiation by the different methods. So different ways, different instruments are there. First one is the photomultiplier tube. Photomultiplier tube. So first, photomultiplier tube, what is the construction, and then the next one we discuss about the working. So what is the construction of the photomultiplier tube? The photomultiplier tube is consisting the a light sensitive cathode. This is called as a light sensitive cathode. The light sensitive cathode, and as well as the anodes are presented in the inside of the device, and then this is called as anodes. And at the end, at the top of the photomultiplier tube, it containing the readout device, and as well as the it consisting the light sensitive cathode. And how many anodes are presented in the photomultiplier tube means total 10 anodes are presented. So one cathode and 10 anodes are presented in the photomultiplier tube. And the next one, after passing the next one, these are the particular anodes is the maintained the potential. How much of potential energy maintain the anodes? It maintain the anodes the 75 to 100 volts. 75 to 100 volts of 100 volts of potential energy is maintained. And photomultiplier being a sensitive can detect extremely weak signals. So this one is identify the a weak signals, identify the a weak signals, and therefore use the interface instruments. It should protect it from the straight light order. Obtaining accurate results is obtained. Accurate result is obtained from the photomultiplier tube. This is the construction of the photomultiplier tube. In photomultiplier tube is containing the photocathode and 10 anodes, one readout device, and it maintains the 75 volts and weak signals is determined and accurate values are identified. So this one is the light. The light once after passing from after passing from sample cell, from sample cell, the sample cell, before the sample cell, it one is the before sample cell is the light, after sample cell is the radiation or electrical signals. So the electrical signals, how much of electrical signals are presented in the detectors, and after completion of the sample cell, how much of data, how much of radiation signals are present in the sample detected by the photomultiplier tube. Once light is entering on the photocathode working, what is the working? So the light is entering from the sample cell into a photocathode. The photocathode is a number of rays is converts to a only one single ray. These are the photoelectrons. The photoelectrons is transmitted on the anode. The anode is it came from one signal is converts to two signals, and here two signals converts to three signals, three signals converts to four, four signals converts to five, five signals converts to six. So here one, two, sorry, two, three, four, five, six. So totally, how many signals are there? So here from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 9 different signals are produced. So the principle multiplication of the multiplication. The principle is the multiplication. Photo multiplier tube means one single ray is converts to a number of rays. So multiplication is a principle. Multiplication is a principle. Means a single electrical signal is converts to a number of signaling electrical. And the next one, the photoelectrons is a secondary emission electrons. The photoelectrons is a secondary emission electrons. Why? So first one is the sample cell and second one is the detector. So that's why it one is a secondary emission electrons. So when a beam of light falls on the photocathode, when a beam of light is a fall on the photocathode, the photoelectrons are generated and accelerated the electrons into towards the anode, cathode to anode. So at the stage of the acceleration from one anode to another anode, emission the radiation, one anode to another anode, emission the radiation up to number of anodes means total 10. So in here, in this condition, each and every anode is increase the number of radiations, the several electrons is liberated from the original electron is results as secondary emission. So this is the working of the photomultiplier tube. The photomultiplier tube depends upon the electrical radiation or electrical signals and identify the electron signals in the particular detectors. So this is about photomultiplier tube. And the next one is a photovoltaic cell. The photovoltaic cell is also known as a one more name, photoemissive tubes. Photoemissive tube. Photoemissive tube. It is also called as a photoemissive tube. And the next one, what is the work? What is the construction? What is the construction of the photoemissive tube? What is the construction of photoemissive tube? It consisting a halo glass. Sorry, ma. Photovoltaic cell. So the photovoltaic cell is also known as a barrier layer cell. Sorry, ma. It is also called as a barrier layer cell. It is also called as a barrier layer cell. So what is the construction of the barrier layer cell? It consisting of the photocathode. It consisting of a photocathode. It consisting of a photocathode. The photocathode is a layer coated with a silver or gold. It coated with a silver or gold. It coated with a silver or gold, and then it contains a metal base. These are the photovoltaic. The photovoltaic cell is consisting the metal base. The metal base is nothing like that anode. It made up of a iron anode. The photovoltaic cell, it consisting the photocathode. The photocathode is made up of a silver or gold. The next one, it containing the metallic base. That metallic base is known as a anode. It made up of a iron. and it will act as a anode. Between the these anode and cathode, between the anode and cathode, it produce a one layer. It produce a one layer. It produce a one layer. That layer is known as a selenium layer. That layer is known as selenium layer. So that selenium layer between the two electrodes means cathode and anode electrodes, one layer is there. That layer is known as a selenium layer. The selenium layer is act as a semiconductor. It act as a semiconductor means it maintenance of the plus and minus ions both are presented in the semiconductor. That layer is known as a selenium layer. The selenium layer it consisting the electrons. The selenium layer it consisting the electrons. This is the construction. So in here the photovoltaic cell is also known as a barrier layer cell. It containing the photocathode. It made up of a silver or gold at the top of the instrument. And the next one it containing the base. That base is made up of a metal. It act as a anode. This one is the anode is made up of a iron. The anode act as a positive charge, and photocathode is act as a negative charge. So between the two layers means cathode and anode layer, it produces one more layer. That layer is known as a selenium layer. The selenium layer is act as a semiconductor, and it containing the electrons also. So the light rays, it containing the electrons also. What is the working of the photovoltaic cell? So what is the working of the photovoltaic cell? Means when light rays is fall on the selenium layer, the light rays are fall on the selenium layer. The selenium layer the selenium layer is generated the electrons. Selenium layer is generated the electrons taken up by photocathode. The photocathode is made up of a silver and gold. Because of the poor electrical conductivity of the selenium, the electrons get accumulated on the cathode. Why? Because of it poor electrical conductivity in the selenium layer. Why? Because of the selenium layer is act as a semiconductor. That's why it one is a poor electrical conductivity of the selenium. The electrons get accumulated on the cathode, the leading on to the development of the potential difference across the two electrodes, which results in the generated on the electrical current in the cathode and as well as the anode. So development of the potential difference between these two layers, and development of the current flow and deflection on the this one is detected by the galvanometer. Galvanometer. The galvanometer is detect the how much of energy is generated on the cathode, on the anode is detected by the galvanometer. The next one, which gives the measurement of the intensity radiation, how much of light rays is fall down on the selenium layer, and how much of the get the photocathode, how much of the get the anode by detected by the galvanometer. So this one is the current production, hence greater the deflection by galvanometer, and identify the radiation or electrical signals by the galvanometer. This is the photovoltaic cell. After completion of the sample cell detection, if the light rays is fall down on the selenium layer and catch the photocathode and anodes, this one depends upon the cathode and anode detected the galvanometer, and how much of radiation is fall down on the detectors, how much of radiation is observed the sample cell. So by the photovoltaic cell. And the next one is phototubes. The phototubes is also known as a photoemissive tubes. Photoemissive Photoemissive tubes. It is also known as a photoemissive tubes. So what is the construction of the photoemissive tubes? What is the construction? So what is the construction of the photoemissive tubes? The photoemissive tubes, it consisting a halo glass. It consisting a halo glass. It consisting a glass consisting a halo glass. The tube is the tube with a photocathode and a collector anode. The tube is containing the photocathode and photoanode. It containing the cathode and cathodes and anodes. It consisting a hollow glass tube. In hollow glass tube, photocathode and photoanodes are presented. And the next one, the surface of the photocathode, this one is the layer. Surface of the photocathode, the surface of the photocathode, it coated with a layer elements like the surface of the cathode, it is coated with a elements like a cesium, potassium, silver oxide, and etc. and etc. It's a made up of the photocathode is made up of a elements cesium, potassium, silver oxide, and etc. elements is presented on surface of the photocathode. Why? Because of the incoming light rays are fall down on the only photocathode. That's one is the total is absorbed by the elements. That elements is the cesium, potassium, and silver oxide. So this one is this is the about phototubes construction. What is the working? What is the working of the phototubes? The working of the phototubes, when light falls on the photocathode, what happened? The electrons are produced that travels towards the collector anode. The electrons are produced, then travels to the up to anode, and generated the current. So the once the electrical signals is passed from cathode to anode, it produces the generation of the some amount of the current. That current is the electrical signals. Simple word, electrical signals. So what is the detector impedance? The light is converts to electrical signals is known as a detectors. So in here the light is fall down on the photocathode, transfer to anode, and generation the current in the sense of the electrical signals. And the next one, after generation of the current, the amount of the current generated is directly proportional to the incident light of radiation. So the amount of write down the amount of current generation is directly proportional to intensity of light radiation. Intensity of light radiation means how much of light radiation fall down on the photocathode is equal to the intensity of the light radiation, means after production of the electrical signals is equal to the amount of the current generation. So in case of amount of current generation increases, intensity light radiation is increases. It one is a decreases, this one is also decreases. This is the working about phototubes. So this is our topic. If you have any doubts.